from St. Joe Central for Week 1 between the St. Joe Central Indians and the Smithville Warriors. This is the Warriors' season opener of their second year in the Suburban Conference. Welcome to another high school football season here on the Smithville Media Network, presented by Eric Craig Real Estate. I'm Kyle Corkle, joined by Sam Speck, Liam Wolf, your commentators for tonight's game. Behind the camera is Owen Myers.
Thank you very much, Kyle. So I want to send out a special thank you to Kyle Corkle tonight. He's allowing us to use his personal YouTube channel as we've been having some technical difficulties with the school YouTube channel. So that's a big help to us and a great thanks to him. Next week we will be on a new YouTube channel called SMN Sports Broadcasting, and that will be where the rest of the games will be broadcasted for the remaining games of this season. And that's right, Kyle. Smithville is coming off of a season for the books. They started last season 5-0 before losing to Platte City in Week 6. They then later beat Platte City in the District 8 finals to become district champions for the first time in 17 years. They finished the season 12-2, losing to MICDS in the Missouri Class 4 state semifinals in St. Louis. Smithville is returning starters from last year's team, losing many players on the defensive side of the ball. Smithville will start 11 new defensive players, along with a new quarterback, senior Spencer Miller. Miller is replacing graduate Kellen Simonczyk, a Missouri Class 4 All-State third-team player. But in the meanwhile, St. Joe Central is coming off of a rough season last year. They went 2-8 overall and 5-1 in their division, only beating Winnetonka and Truman. They started off last season 0-3 before beating Truman in Week 4.
Now, Sam, some key factors for Smithville going into this game is they got to run the ball effectively against the St. Joe Central defense. Now, maybe a little challenging for Smithville, knowing that their star running back, Isaac Miller, is out with a large spleen. Another key factor is Smithville's got to convert on third down. They got to keep that offense moving, got to keep that tempo in check. All right, they got to convert on third down to keep moving the chains. All right. Another thing that Smithville emphasizes on their defense, as a defensive coordinator Josh Spears says before every game, is they have to get 3 turnovers. He believes if defense can get 3 turnovers, that if they get 3 turnovers, they can win the football game, knowing that they have controlled the defense.
Definitely, Liam. And it looks like St. Joe won the coin toss and they opted to go for the kickoff here. Smithville will be receiving the ball.
All right, and now to notice on special teams, St. Joe Central might go with a bunch of different variation of kicks here on kickoff, such as a pooch right, pooch left, deep right, deep left, or even a squib. Now, coming back after this, with a new returner in the backfield for the Smithville Warriors, anything is fair game. Right now, as it looks like it's set up, take a step back.
There's no sound for you.
All right, sorry about that. And it goes with a pooch right for the St. Joe Central Indians. Now, very effective kick by the St. Joe Central Indians. Make sure they get it on the opposite side of the numbers of the 30. Perfect kick for the St. Joe Central Indians.
You know, Liam, and I think what the St. Joe Central Indians went with here was they decided to opt to kick off because they really want to test and see where that Smithville offense is at. They want to test and see what our quarterback can do tonight.
Yeah, and it's a great point, Sam, because our quarterback is working with a whole new receiving core and even tied in with all of the wide receivers and tight end being first-year players, and a big run there by Hayden Sigg. Now that's the backup, Hayden Sigg, filling in for Isaac Miller, Sam, and that was a beautiful run showing that the Smithville offense can keep the tempo.
Yeah, Liam, that is exactly right. You know, Smithville, one thing they know how to do is they know how to run the ball and get those yards, and that's going to be important in tonight's game. They're going to need to be able to get that yardage, and convert all those third downs tonight if they want to have a good chance at winning tonight's game.
Yeah, now it looks like the Warriors are in a shotgun formation, handing it off to Sig again, trying to get another big run, but is fallen a little short.
Yeah, it looks like they lost some yardage on that play there. And I think what happened was Central, they know how to take advantage of inexperienced offenses. They really are that's what they're gonna try to do tonight. They're gonna try and take advantage of the fact that we don't have our star running back starting tonight. And I think you're gonna see a lot of action between these two teams tonight because both the defensive teams of both of these teams really know how to play, and they can play well.
And now that was a dropped pass by number 32, Sam Calbert. And now that might be a little bit of the first game jitters, trying to get him out of the way, trying to get his first play going, all right? And another thing that I'm noticing from the St. Joe Central Indians is they're playing a kind of 4-3 defense, trying to stop the run game up front and trying to force the Smithville Warriors to test out their new quarterback and their new wide receivers in the throwing game.
Yeah, definitely, Liam. And I think it's important that tonight that we get that those new players that are playing wide receiver positions really know. And that was a great catch, gaining them a lot of yardage there.
And now I feel like this drive is just to get the Smithville Warriors jitters, first game jitters, coming off an amazing season last year, making it to the state semifinals. So they're just trying to get the jitters off, showing them that they can really play, even losing a couple of key senior players.
Yeah, definitely. And talking about losing players, I think tonight's the biggest challenge for Central is going to be Central's numbers. They're in the 80s, so having depth is going to be a major issue for them. Several players are going to have to play both sides of the ball, so keeping them healthy while building quality depth is going to be crucial as this season goes on tonight, and I think that's what is going to be shown here tonight.
Another thing about this game, Sam, is that it's going to be a hard-fought game. With tooth and nail, both teams are going to have to fight hard just to come out on top, all right? It's anybody's game at this point, and it's just whichever team wants it more. And I feel like if the Smithville offense can set the tempo now, they can take control of the game. All right, and now Smithville Warriors are setting up in the shotgun formation. Handing it off to, I think, Hayden Sig again, trying to get more yardage. See, in the game of football, if you got a player hot, you got to keep him hot. So they're trying to feed him to see if they can get as much yardage out of him as he can. So,
yeah, Liam, that's exactly right. We're really going to have to see these players step up tonight. We have a lot of new running backs and wide receivers tonight, and I think the major goal of what Ambro's going to try and see out of this offense, what they can do, what kind of talent they're dealing with. They want to see what they can do under pressure and how they can perform.
Yeah, and another thing about the Smithville Warriors offense is they have not had a third down, and a big catch by George Fisher, number 10 right there, also a senior for Smithville High School. Big catch to gain about 5 yards on the play, 5 to 6 yards on the play. And a big thing is in this drive that Smithville has had to start the game is they have not had a third down. Another thing that Coach Ambrose and the coaching staff here at Smithville High School emphasizes is the kicking game. They want the kicking game to be on point. And so if they hit the end zone now, the kick, and they start good on the kicking game, then it'll set the tempo for the rest of the game. And they're doing a nice read option that dual threat quarterback Spencer Miller is good at. Now, Spencer Miller played wide receiver for the Smithville Warriors last year, so he's got that duality. He's like a running throw. He's a dual threat quarterback, being able to run the ball and also throw it at the same time.
And I think that's the beauty of tonight's offense on the Smithville side. If Spencer gets pressured in the pocket, he has the option of scrambling. He doesn't have to stay in that pocket, stay under pressure. He can get out of there and gain big yardage for the team tonight.
Now, the thing about Smithville's tempo right now is they're keeping it calm, but also pushing the chains a lot. And another thing about Spencer Miller's duality as a quarterback is whenever he does get in that situation, like Sam said, when he's under pressure, he can just start and make a run for it as a wide receiver. And it is a touchdown for the Smithville Warriors. Great opening drive for the Warriors. And now comes on special teams to attempt the point after touchdown, the extra point. Evan Verholz, kicker from last year's in, to kick the field goal, kick the point, the PAT for the Warriors. And now Evan was pretty consistent last year, making about 70% of his PATs. Got his 3 steps back, 2 to the side. He's breathing a little bit, trying to get the nerves out. Oh, muffled snap. A muffled snap by the Warriors. Some miscommunication on the special teams part there.
Yeah, definitely. If you notice, our cameraman actually got a little bit faked out there. Warriors, great job of being unpredictable, and I think that they're really going to have to step up with the offense tonight and have those unpredictable plays against this weathered defense that Central has. Central plays a lot of hard teams. They go up against teams like Staley, Liberty North, and they know how to play defense. If you look at their games, yes, they did have a 2-9 record last season, but all those games were very close. They're great at knowing how to not allow offensive yards.
And now coming up for the Warriors is kickoff. And again, kicker Evan Verholz is going to be kicking off. And what Evan is great at is he has a leg. He's got a boot. So Evan usually goes with a deep right on most of his kicks. And on most of his kicks, he can get it in the end zone. So I think that's what the Warriors are going to try to do here, is get the ball in the end zone, make them on the 25-yard line, and try to stop them there. Try to slow them down there in the defense. And all right, it actually looks like Evan Verholz is going for a deep left right now. Deep left for the kicker, Evan Verholz. 6 back, 4 to the side. Hand up, and a deep left that he was looking for back in the end zone like Smithville wanted. Can perform. They're starting out at a 4-3 defense, trying to stop the run game that the St. Joe Central Indians have a great job of doing. And another thing that I noticed is the Smithville Warriors are playing number 58, Cody McKimmons, at D-line, and who's also an offensive line for the Smithville Warriors offense. So do you think, Sam, that will play a key factor later in the game with multiple players playing both sides of the ball?
Liam, I think it will. I think it's going to impact especially the later game tonight. If it gets really close, I could see that maybe becoming an issue as Cody McKimmons may get a little tired out, but I believe in him and I believe in his abilities.
Nice idea by the St. Joe Central Indians, but a little short on the pass. Now, another thing that the St. Joe Central Indians are good at, they have a good quarterback that can also run and throw, like Spencer Miller for the Smithville Warriors. But right now, it is a 4th down, so they're opting to punt the ball. Now, again, for this year, they are trying a new returner, because our returner for last year, number 6, Garrett Miller, was a senior, and so they're testing out the waters with 2 returners now. Number 3, Kelton Nitchie, and number 10, George Fisher. Good snap. Got a little short on the punt there. I think on the punt there, he just tried to rush a little bit and didn't have that confidence to just release at the right time and follow through, Sam. Now the Smithville Warriors offense are on the field.
Yeah, definitely. And I think what we just saw there, Liam, was a great example of how the Smithville defense can set up tonight, can step up tonight to the plate, because they're a largely inexperienced defensive line. We have a lot of new people starting on varsity. So I think that those plays that we just saw and how they were able to pressure St. Joe's offense and to really not being able to convert on that 3rd down, that was great performance by the Smithville Warriors.
Yeah, and right now it looks like Coach Ambro is just regrouping his offense, telling him, hey, let's calm down a bit. Let's push the chains. Let's play our game. Let's not have them make us play their game. Let's control the tempo, play our game, make the short, easy passes, gain the short yardage, and then just move the chains down the field and hopefully get another touchdown. All right, and now the ball is on the 48, 1st and 10 to go for the Warriors. Again, 6 minutes and 17 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Now, Sam, right now the Warrior offense looks comfortable. They look relaxed, and it looks like they're ready to play. Do you think that will change later in the game if they'll get a little bit more excited and make some mistakes because they're so excited, you know?
You know, Liam, I think the benefit of the Smithville Warriors offense tonight is that we really have players that are able to stay calm under the pressure, you know? They're not going to be pressured into making those mistakes, those rookie mistakes. You know, we may be starting players that are a little bit less experienced, but all those players, they have a lot of talent, and I think that they're going to be able to step up tonight.
And a beautiful read option by the Smithville Warriors. Great run by number 28, Hayden Sigg. And whenever number 1, Isaac Miller, Spencer's brother, comes back, that run pitch offense, that read option will be a something to mess with because of how deadly Spencer and Isaac can run the ball. Again, St. Joe Central is looking at a 4-3 offense, trying to stop the run, which the Smithville Warriors have been successful on this game. Ball is on the 30-yard line. Warriors trying to get in the end zone. A nice little screen pass, little bubble pass to number 32, Sam Calvert.
Yeah, and right now what Smithville's doing is they're doing a great job of mixing it up, not just relying on those rushing yards, and it looks like there's a man down on the field tonight. And special thanks to Eric Craig Real Estate for supporting this broadcast tonight. They are a realty powerhouse in Smithville. Make sure if you have any realty needs to call them.
Alrighty, and it looks like there is an injury on the field to number 13, Austin White. He's injured on the play. We hope it's not anything too serious. Now quarterback Spencer Miller just talked to the coach Jason Ambrose. I think he's just trying to get his offense. Hey, let's play our game. Let's play our tempo. If we play hard, if we play our game, play our tempo, we can win this game. We just have to believe. We have to play hard. We have to have all heart in our offense. Alrighty. Now, St. Joe Central back up in their 4-3 defense as Smithville Warriors decide to play. Ball is on the 21-yard line. 2nd and 1 to go with 5:03 left in the first quarter. Miller in the shotgun position. Another bubble pass to Sam Calvert, who is going long and is in the end zone for the Warriors. Now, the Warriors are very successful in the end zone. Let's hope they can convert on this end zone try, and if not, they can settle for 3 on the field goal. All right, and a 1st down and goal on the 10-yard line. Smithville Miller again in the shotgun position with 2 receivers out to his right and 1 out to his left. Another run pass, but there was a penalty on the play.
Looks like a false start, and that's going to result in some loss of yardage here. So now they're first down and 15 to go to the end zone, and it's going to be really important here that they're going to be able to really get in the end zone here tonight. You know, they're trying to run the clock, but they need to take this opportunity and run with it.
Alrighty, and Sam, something that I have noticed is that the Smithville Warriors have been doing a lot of running, a lot of pitch option. They have not been passing the ball much, but Hayden Sig with a beautiful run right there, making the 1st and 15 down to first and 2, and down to 2nd and 2 on the 2nd and goal on the 2-yard line. My bad there. And now in this situation, the Warriors just hand it up the middle and try to go for that easy touchdown. Hayden Sig again in the backfield. Miller in the shotgun formation. And it looks like the Warriors are going to try to punch it up the middle here. And they do just that with Hayden Sig scoring the touchdown for the Smithville Warriors. Now on for the special teams, Evan Verhulst, the kicker.
Great job on the Warriors. They're really keeping that pressure up on that central defense tonight. You know, we have a lot of running backs that are stepping up, taking that spot, and really doing a great job of being able to take that yardage. It looks like they're going to go for the extra point here tonight.
Again, Sam, and the story for this game is players making big plays. Backup players making big plays. And that is a beautiful kick by number 11, Evan Verhulst, which the extra point is good. Now, again, like I said, with the injury of Isaac Miller making him be out of this game, number 28, Hayden Sig, who's a sophomore, is making big plays in the backfield, carrying the Warriors offense on his back by running the ball. And now Evan Verhulst is up to kick for kickoff. I think it's going to be another deep left, and he's hoping to get it in the end zone so they can stop him at the 25-yard line, so they can get a quick punt and go score again. But on this drive, I think the St. Joe Central offense with number 8, with their quarterback number 8, Quentin Trotter, trying to make some liveliness out of his offense, get his wide receivers and running backs involved, and try to get a couple first downs and push it down the field and score a touchdown. Now Evan Verhulst is up to kick. 6 back. And 5 to the side. Evan Verhulst looking comfortable in his position. Relaxed, hand up. And the kick is in the end zone. Evan Verhulst, number 11. Beautiful kick. Now St. Joe Central Indians offense is coming on with behind quarterback number 8, Quentin Trotter.
Yeah, Liam. And on average, the Smithville Warriors score 4 times as many points as their opponents in the first quarter. You know, and that's what we're seeing here tonight. Not quite 4 times as many, but we've made a lot of good plays tonight. And it looks like we're going to be really trying to pressure this offense here into making mistakes. If you look at last year's game, that's what the Smithville defense did. You know, great play by the Smithville defense here. They really were able to stop that ball and not allow very much yardage here.
Again, the Smithville Warriors using that 4-3 defense to stop the run game up front with a big tackle by number 58, Cody McKimmons, who's a senior. Now the ball is on the 14-yard line, 2 and 6 to go with 2:49 left in the first quarter. St. Joe Central Indians ball. All right. And now the quarterback, number 8, Quentin Trotter, is set up in the shotgun formation with his running back at his right side, probably hoping to run it up the middle again like they tried to do last time. Muffled snap by the St. Joe Central Indians. Number 8, Quentin Trotter just had to run up the middle and just take a couple yards. The little yardage that he could get. And tackle by number 8, Ezekiel Wasner for the Smithville Warriors. Now again, the Smithville Warriors defense looks to be all new people starting, except for number 10, George Fisher, who played a little bit in last season for the Smithville Warriors at safety. Now another 4-3 setup for the Smithville Warriors. Oh, it looks like they went for a 5. They went a 5. Beautiful block up by number 15, Mason Hedgecorth for a pass intended for his wide receiver by number 8, Quentin Trotter. Now the special teams punter, number 11, Connor Root, is on to punt for the Indians again. My bad.
Smithville defense is doing great right now, bringing the Central Indians to 4th down, 15 to go. The ball is on the 15-yard line, and it looks like they're going to go for that punt. Goes offsides.
And as Smithville's offense comes back onto the field with 1 minute and 34 seconds left in the first quarter. And as Smithville takes over at the Indians' 31-yard line. You got Sam Calvert and George Fisher out as wide receivers. Shotgun formation. As he takes the snap, is looking for George, and he is tripped up at the 20-yard line. Incomplete pass. Yeah, that should have been a pass interference. Ambro looks a little heated over at the Smithville sideline. And as Brett Foster and Sam Calvert is on the right side and George Fisher are on the left, the wide receivers. And they got Hayden in the backfield, handed off to Hayden Sig. They're looking for a first down, and oh, nice run by Hayden Sig. That's like a gain of 20 yards, and he's tackled at the 8-yard line. Really good run by Hayden Sig. Powered through as we have 1 minute and 21 seconds left in the first quarter. Very, very beautifully designed as he runs up through the middle and to the left side of the field. As Isaac Miller takes a snap, and Isaac's taking it for another touchdown. My bad, that is Spencer, not Isaac, Spencer Miller. Touchdown, Warriors. Now for Evan Verhulst to kick the field goal again. Spencer Miller is doing a great job. 2 touchdowns on the night. Very beautifully done by him. As they get ready for another PAT. It's up and it is good. Second PAT for Evan Verhulst.
And Evan really thrives in the kicking game. As working with Evan last year all season, helping him kick better, helping him perfect his kicking game, he took in everything as a compliment, and he just begin to strive and get better and better. And as you can see during this game, both kicks that he's kicked up and good, right through the middle with nobody near touching it. And on kickoff, Evan Verhulst probably going to go deep right, deep left again, trying to get in the end zone, trying to get the ball on the 20-yard line. I've been saying 25 the past couple times, but it's actually on the 20-yard line. That's my bad. And so Evan Verhulst he's got to stay calm along with the Smithville defense. And I feel like the St. Joe Central Indians offense is just getting very worked up, very nervous because, like, hey, we're down 20-0. We got to make some plays. But it's just, hey, let's calm down. Let's play our game. Run the ball, throw the ball. Let's just get some yardage, get the yardage that we can. I think they got their first game jitters and are just trying to get them out of the way. And beautiful kick by Evan Verhulst in the back of the end zone, deep left. And now Smithville Warriors defense is coming on to try to stop the St. Joe Central Indians offense.
Something that we're seeing here tonight is the St. Joe Indians offense is not stepping up. You know, they're not really taking those opportunities to get that yardage on those rushing plays. And last year, if we look at the Warriors defense, they're doing exactly what they're known for. Last year, they had 358 rushing attempts last season, 291 passing attempts last season, with a total of 2,417 receiving yards on the last season. And their yards per attempt for rushing were about 138, and that's exactly what we're seeing here tonight. Smithville Warriors are doing a great job on the offensive side of taking advantage of those yardage that can be gained from rushing. Looks like Jacob Easley was able to stop the St. Joe Indians at the 20. The ball is on the 20, and it is second down, 10 to go. And let's see what the St. Joe Indians can do with 45 seconds left in the quarter.
And a beautiful job by the Smithville defense, like Sam said. And that was the Smithville defense trying to get that fumble recovery, 3 turnovers that the defensive coordinator Josh Spear wants them to get. He believes if they can get 3 turnovers a game, they'll be able to win the game because they'll be able to control the defense. And a good tackle by the Smithville Warriors, and also a great run by the St. Joe Central Indians. Great stop by number 87, senior Nick Blanton.
And that's going to bring the St. Joe Central Indians to 3rd down and 5 to go. The ball is on the 25 with 2 seconds left in the quarter. It looks like this Smithville Warriors are doing what they're known for here, scoring a lot in the first quarter. That's what the Smithville Warriors are known for. And coming off of last season, there was a lot of doubt that they would be able to do what they did last year by really taking advantage of that first quarter and gaining a lot of points there. But that's exactly what the Warriors came out and did. They came out and they had the expectation that they were going to win tonight. And it looks like that's what they're trying to do.
And now into the first quarter, beginning the second quarter, St. Joe Central's Indians down 20-0. At this point, I feel like the coach is trying to be like, hey, we're rushing on offense. We're playing their game. Let's calm down. Let's find our tempo. Let's find our groove. Let's find the easy passes, the easy runs, the easy holes, and let's just start getting some yardage on the play. And going into this quarter, I feel like the St. Joe Central Indians have in mind, hey, let's get some points on the board. If it's a field goal, if it's a touchdown, let's get some points on the board so we're not out of it completely.
And as both teams switch to the opposite side of the field, we will start the second quarter with this 3rd and 5. And they'll start from a shotgun position. Quarterback Quentin Trotter takes the snap. Looks way downfield. And just a little bit too far for an incomplete pass. That will bring up 4th and 5. And as they bring out their punting unit, they will punt to Smithville. great job by Smithville defense to break up the pass and not let them get a step ahead of them and catch the pass. This inexperienced Smithville's defense is doing actually quite well for how much games they've played. 11 new starters, as Liam said at the beginning. And as the punt goes down, George Fisher's there but will not touch it. And it looks like the Smithville will start at the 33-yard line. That was a solid punt by St. Joe's special teams. And Smithville will take over at the 33-yard line to start this second quarter. As we said, Isaac Miller is out with an injury, and they placed him with Hayden Sigg. Hayden Sigg has really shown up tonight's game with a lot of yardage and after tackled yardage, running up the field, getting as much yardage as he can. Looks like they will re-punt. Not sure what happened. Penalty against the Indians. And they will punt farther back starting at the line of scrimmage at the 20-yard line. And as St. Joe's, and there's another flag on the play. Looks like there's going to be a false start on the St. Joe Central's offense. Smithville is going to gain great field yardage out of this. Probably going to be starting at their 50-yard line. And as their punter takes the snap, perfect punt. And George Fisher fair catches that one. And Smithville will take over at the 54-yard line. As Spencer Miller comes back onto the field to take over the offense. We got George Fisher, Sam Calvert, and Rhett Foster as wide receivers, and Hayden Sigg in the backfield. Hands it off to Sigg. Loose snap. And will he get the pass away? And pass to J.B. Clark for Smithville, first down.
And we just saw exactly what we were talking about earlier. Having Spencer Miller as playing quarterback tonight, he can do things under pressure. He can get out of that pocket and pass the ball, and that's what we just saw. That was an amazing play for the Warriors.
And it looks like J.B. Clark catches his first pass of the night. And looks like Spencer Miller's hurting. Shaking up on the play. As the clock winds down, 10 minutes and 58 seconds to go in the second quarter. And there's a timeout from Smithville. Remember, this game is brought to you by Eric Craig Real Estate. I'm sure it's just a timeout. See if Spencer Miller will be able to come back on the field and toughen this hit out.
Yeah, Kyle, that was a really hard hit to Spencer Miller. But what we just saw kind of reminded me of Patrick Mahomes. He was about to be tackled, but he was able to get that ball away for great yardage there.
Yeah, you are correct, Sam. And it looks like Spencer will come back out onto the field. First and 10 from the St. Joseph 49-yard line, 31-yard line. We got Hayden Sig in the backfield. And they hand it off to Hayden, and he's going to get a Warriors first down and a little more yardage. Like we said, he is having a great night, getting tons of yardage when the Smithville Warriors need it. And as we said, quarterback Spencer Miller played wide receiver and cornerback last year. He had 39 receptions for 508 yards. So he's not only a quarterback, but he's also a receiver.
And what is so impressive about the Smithville offense is they're all mostly new to their position. Spencer hasn't played quarterback since I think his freshman year, and their wide receivers are all new along with their running back, and they're all firing. They're firing on all cylinders, moving the chains, getting yardage by yardage, and making plays left and right. And I think that's important for the Smithville offense, and it even translates to the defense, getting them hyped up and having them make big plays. And now it looks like the St. Joe Central Indians are in the 4-3, trying to stop that run play, trying to stop that run game by number 28, Hayden Sig.
You know, Liam, I think that's really what the Indians should have started off with tonight. I think they should have started off with a high-pressure 4-3 defense, and it looks like great yardage there. Handoff to Spencer Miller. Spencer Miller ran it up the field. Great yardage.
And now they're sending on their second down, second and close unit, with Mason Krim also in the backfield blocking for number 28, Hayden Sig. And I think that they're going to try to punch us up the middle again like they did earlier in the first quarter. If they do, Hayden Sig will have 2 touchdowns along with Spencer Miller having also 2 touchdowns. In a big game for both Spencer Miller and Hayden Sig against the St. Joe Central Indians. Hand off to Hayden Sig up the middle. A little short on the 1-yard line. And now this is the Warriors' first third down of the game. Actually, my bad. It is a second down. First second down of the game. I mean, not first second down of the game. But they're going in with the same formation as they used on the last play, trying to get Hayden Sig his second touchdown and try to push the score up to possibly 27-0. And Hayden Sig punched it through the middle, and he is in. And now it's on for the special teams with kicker Evan Verhulst attempting the extra point. Now, so far in this game, Evan Verhulst is 2 for 2 in his kicking, and with ease. He's kicking it high and kicking it through. Nobody in the St. Joe Central Indians have been able to touch it, so hopefully they're trying to do the same thing here. Spencer Miller to hold. The snap is on. The kick is up. And through. Evan Verhulst is 3 for 3 on the night, and now he is going to go do kickoff. Now Evan Verhulst has kicked it in the end zone every time he's kicked the ball, with possibly a deep right and a deep left every time, and I think that's one of his strengths. He's got a boot, he's got a leg, so they're going to try to keep doing that. They're going to try to keep forcing it in the end zone, trying to stop them early. So Evan Verhulst up for kickoff, trying to pin the St. Joe Central Indians on the 20-yard line. And now an important thing for the St. Joe Central Indians to focus on this possession is just to get as many yardage off each play as you can. All right. They haven't been able to get a lot of yards in the game so far, so if they can get a couple yards on each play, move the chains up a little bit, little by little, they might be able to move it down the field. All right, Evan Verhulst set to kick on kickoff. 6 back and 5 to the side. Like I said, Evan Verhulst is real relaxed right now, seeing the ball, being the ball. Hand is up, kick is up. Deep left on the 2-yard line. Didn't quite make it there to the end zone. And the number 6 for the St. Joe Central Indians, Will Austin, with a big return for the St. Joe Central Indians. And a tackle by number 10 for the Smithville Warriors, George Fisher.
And as St. Joe's offense takes the field, second possession in the second quarter, as we have 8 minutes and 35 seconds remaining to go in the second quarter. Quarterback Quentin Trotter takes the snap and he passed it, broken down by number 40, Gunnar Swindle. Great job by Gunnar to read the pass and stick his hands up and knock down the pass. And there's two receivers wide on the left side and one receiver on the left. And Smithville does a 4-3 defense. Oh, tackled in the backfield for a loss. Looks like it's 2 yards of a loss. No, St. Joe's Central quarterback Quentin Trotters is having a rough time handing it off to their running back. And as they load in the shotgun position again, takes the snap, he rolls out to his left, and he's running. Quentin Trotter with a gain of 7 yards. Really great designed run, play option for him. Rolls out, doesn't find a receiver, decides to run down the field. Great decision by him.
You know, Kyle, we were talking about earlier how not only does Smithville have that versatility in a quarterback, but we also just saw right now how St. Joe has versatility in their quarterback. Looks like they're going for the punt here.
And as it carries out of bounds, Smithville will have the ball at their own 40-yard line. As there's 7 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the second quarter. And as we have Hayden Sig in the backfield again, next is Spencer Miller. And there's a flag on the play. Probably going to be a false start on St. Joe Central's defense. Oh no, it is on the Smithville Warriors offense. False start, that's going to be, looks like a 5-yard penalty. And that will put them at a 1st and 15. False start was on number 35. As Spencer takes it and looks downfield. Oh, broken up by number 4. Will Small breaks that pass by Spencer Miller. Great job. Almost had the interception there. Just couldn't get his hands on the whole ball. Drops it. And as it is 2nd and 15.
Now with about 7 minutes to go in the second quarter in the first half, and there's a timeout for the Warriors right now, and I feel like in this possession, Coach Jason Ambrose is probably going to be like, hey, 2nd and 15, all right, a little bit more yardage than 1st and 10. Let's just calm down. Let's either hand the ball off to Hayden Sig, or let's find the easy pass to either wide receiver George Fisher, number 10, or number 32, Sam Calvert, who's been getting some yards for Smithville this game. Another thing that Smithville has to do is make sure that they stop getting penalties. There haven't been that many penalties in the game so far, but the ones that have kind of hurt them. So if they can get their offense tempo a little bit more in check, not saying that it's not in check at all, but a little bit, calm down a little bit more, not get any more false starts, and just play their game. That's what the Smithville Warriors is best at doing, is just playing their game. If they just calm down, play their game, should be a great showing for the offense. And now Smithville Warriors offense back on the field along with St. Joe Central's Indians defense. Indians are in, it looks like a 4-3. Trying to spread the Warriors offense out, trying to cover the most ground so they can break up the pass or break up the run. Warriors in the shotgun position. It looks like a read option for the Smithville Warriors. Spencer Miller pitching it off to number 28, Hayden Sig. Not much yardage on the play. It is now third and 15 to go on the 35. And now this is the Warriors' first 3rd down in the football game. And one of the key factors that Sam and I was talking about earlier in this game is how the Warriors need to convert on 3rd down to keep moving the chains and to keep that offense tempo in check. Spencer Miller in the shotgun formation, handing the ball off to Hayden Sig, and it looks like there's another penalty on the field. And it looks like the penalty will be another false start on the Warriors offense. Now this is 2 in the same drive. Do you think, Sam, that this could be a problem for the Warriors offense moving forward?
Yeah, Liam, I think this is kind of showing how the Smithville offense tonight that we were talking about earlier, they're getting a little bit, they're moving too fast, too quickly, not taking the time to really think about what they're doing here tonight, and I think it's a major issue. But going into the second half of the game here, we're up by 27. There's not going to be a ton of chance for the St. Joe Indians to really come back on us as long as we keep up the same amount of pressure. So I think we just need to keep that same pressure on and just keep doing what we're doing.
And a little quick pass to number 23, Rhett Foster. And now it is the first time that the Warriors have had a 4th down and that they are opting to punt the ball with number 40, punter Gunnar Swindle in for the Warriors. This is Gunnar's first year punting for the Warriors. Last year it was number 44, senior Brian Boyd. Let's see if Gunnar can stay calm and make something out of this punt. Now they're backed up on about on the 35-yard line. Gunnar Swindle up to punt.
Will Austin in the backfield to catch the ball for the St. Joe Central Indians. Punt is up and far for the Warriors, and number 6, Will Austin, is off to the races. Flag on the play so far. And the penalty. The penalty might be a block in the back on the Warriors. And it looks like illegal block by the St. Joe Central Indians. Now, the past 2 drives have been riddled with flags. Do you think that this could slow down the offense and slow down the offense or defense, or get the offense or defense out of tempo moving forward, Kyle? Or do you think that the tempo of the offense or defense will stay the same or stay consistent, Kyle?
Well, I think it might slow it down. The St. Joe Central Indians will put them back. Looks like 5 yards for a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. And as Quentin Trotter takes a snap and hands it off, and looks like a gain of 1. Smithville Warriors defense is doing great, attacking the running back and making sure he doesn't get too many yards, making this game go by.
And something that the St. Joe Central Indians with on offense is they have not been able to get a first down this whole entire game. And I feel like that could slow down the tempo, get them out of check. With 4:20 to go in the second quarter, Indians ball on the 30-yard line, and it is a looks like a tackle for loss by number. All right, and a tackle for loss by Zeke Wisner. Now, Zeke has been electric on the defense, making tackles along with co-defensive lineman Cody McKimmons. Now, do you think that their defense and their chemistry could affect the whole entire game and make their defense stronger and make them possibly not get another first down the whole game, Kyle?
Yeah, with this inexperienced defense, they need some people to step up and make big-time plays. And it looks like he's another tackle by Cody Simoncic as they get about 3 yards there, but that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now, the last punt was riddled with 2 flags on a false start with the St. Joe Central offense, St. Joe Central Indians special teams. My bad. Now, the punter's on again for the St. Joe Central Indians, and his punts have been pretty good, going the distance for the Indians. And now again in the backfield, it looks like number 3 Kelton Nitchie and number 10 George Fisher. Snap is up, kick is through, beautiful by the St. Joe Central Indians. It looks like it was about great punt by the St. Joe Central Indians. My bad. I don't know how far that punt was. And now the Smithville Warriors offense is on for another drive. And hopefully they won't get riddled with flags this play. False starts, holding. Hopefully they can get their offense in tempo and push the chains down. Score a touchdown, possibly in the run game with number 28 Hayden Sigg, or a pass that the Spencer Miller could throw to either Sam Calvert, George Fisher, Rhett Foster, or any other one of his receivers, or even J.B. Clark as tight end. Now, Smithville Warriors getting ready for the play. St. Joe Central Indians, again, looking like they're in the 4-3 defense that they have been rocking this whole game. Miller in the shotgun formation, two receivers out to his left and one out to his right. Miller snaps the ball, hands it off to Hayden. No, he didn't hand it off to Hayden Sick. He kept it for himself, and he got a first down, Warriors. Now 2:24 left to go in the first half. Warriors first and 10. Scores 27-0. Warriors leading. Now, do you think leading into the second half that the Warriors offense will keep the tempo, or will they slow down and just kind of relax a little bit?
You know, Liam, I think the Smithville offense is in a good position to be able to slow down a little bit, be able to go a little bit slower on those plays, run the clock just a little bit, get that time down because they're up by 27. They really don't need to have that high pressure playing we saw in the first quarter tonight. You know, they can continue to keep the pressure on, but just lower the speed of it tonight. You know, Liam?
Now, Sam, what the Warriors have done in years past is if they get up by at least 40 points, they send in the secondary team to get the reps in for them. You know, a little secondary action to get some varsity reps in so they can feel varsity ready whenever they do get called up to action. Now, do you think that Coach Amber will send in the second team players this game or not?
You know, Liam, it definitely is a possibility, but I think that Ambro is going to try and keep the same players in tonight because we've had a lot of new players having to step up this year. So I think he's going to try and get this experience early in the season, get them varsity experience, you know, make sure that we have a solid offense as is being proved tonight, you know, Liam?
Yeah, and I do know, Sam. And again, I would like to say sorry for the technical difficulties, as we did have a little lag in the live stream, but we have it fixed now. Now it's 2nd and 1 to go for the Smithville Warriors. And if you were the St. Joe Central Indians defensive coordinator, what would you say to your defense right now, Sam?
If I was the defensive coordinator for the St. Joe Indians, I would tell my defense to put on the pressure. You know, they really need to take advantage of any openings they see in that Smithville offensive line, try and get back to Spencer Miller. Really great handoff for Spencer Miller, good yardage here.
And now it looks like the Smithville offensive line is mostly new players with junior number 78 Micah Palmer coming back as their starting center, but with also now Spencer Miller takes the ball up the middle for about a 5-yard gain, and it looks like they're doing the no huddle offense, trying to get the ball down the field, trying to score one last time before the half ends, trying to get one last touchdown on the board. Or Miller in the shotgun position. St. Joe Central sending a blitz. Pass completed to number 23, Rhett Foster, for another Warrior first down. Again with the no huddle offense, Miller commanding the Warrior offense, trying to get the ball down the field. Spikes the ball to stop the clock so they can score another touchdown. Now, Sam, what do you think the Warriors need to do to complete that drive and get down there and score another touchdown?
You know, Liam, I think what the Warriors need to do here is they really need to put the pressure on, because what we've seen from the St. Joe Indians defense tonight is they're not playing a high pressure game like we've seen in past years. They're not putting a lot of pressure on the offense here tonight, and I think that will give the Warriors offense a great opportunity to go for some long passes farther down the field.
Sam, I hate to say it, but it looks like in this game the Warriors do not look unfazed, and they look like they just came out of their last game from last season. They look fired up. They look ready to go. They got their foot on the pedal, and it seems like the St. Joe Central Indians are not really putting the pressure on as much. They're kind of slowing down. They're playing the Warriors game whenever they should be speeding up the tempo and playing to their game. Another completed pass from Spencer Miller to number 23, Rhett Foster, moving the chains. And now Rhett Foster did a smart move, stepping out of bounds to stop the clock one last time. 1 minute and 3 seconds to go. In the first half, Warriors up 27-0. First and 10 on the 46-yard line. Now, Warriors right here, I feel like they need to go for a long pass, or at least the blockers need to do a good job. Block for number 28, Hayden Sig, so it can have a big run up the middle or off to the side. But if the Warriors get a long pass here, they'll be in close to red zone territory. Now, Miller's scrambling a little bit, trying to tell number 10, George Fisher, to go long, but he steps out of bounds before he can get the ball off.
Liam, it looks like they were trying to go for that long pass down the field, but Spencer just couldn't find an open receiver down the field. You know, Central did a good job of keeping that pressure on those receivers here. They read the play, they read the formation, and were able to see that the play, they were going for a long pass down the field and a lot of yardage there, and they were able to prevent that. But Spencer still got some yardage on that run, a little less, bringing us to second down with 8 yards to go. With 56 seconds left on the clock here, the ball is on the 44.
And sacked by the St. Joe Central Indians by number 47, Adam Johnston. Now this is what the Warriors love to play for. The nice, good old 2-minute drill. They're trying to push the tempo, trying to get the offense keep going. Like, hey, we got this. We can play our game. They're regrouping over there with Coach Ambrose. He's probably saying, hey, offensive line, let's make sure we're blocking, make sure we have our assignments so the quarterback feels protected and has enough time in the pocket to throw the long ball to one of his receivers, either George Fisher, Rhett Foster, or Sam Calvert.
Yeah, definitely, Liam. And I think what we just saw was what St. Joe's defense should have been doing all night long, putting that pressure on that offense there, and they were able to get back to Spencer Miller, which is no easy feat, you know. They were able to put the pressure on and get to the backfield and be able to complete that sack on Spencer Miller, which we're really seeing the possibilities for the Central's defense here, what they should be doing for the rest of the night, and what I think they're going to try and continue to do is keep that pressure on the offense here.
And beautiful play by the St. Joe Central Indians. If they can keep that pressure up, like Sam said, it could be a different game second half. If the defense can get them stopped up front, the offense can get some confidence, start the tempo at their space, at their speed, and start heading down the field and get a possible touchdown. And even on defense, they can get some turnovers and possibly get their offense in a better field position. Now Miller in the shotgun formation with Hayden Sig in his backfield. Rhett Foster in motion. Miller snaps the ball. Another flag on the play. Spencer Miller scrambling, tosses it long to George Fisher, who does not come down with it.
Liam, what we just saw great job by Small and Austin on the defensive side of the ball here from the St. Joe Central Indians. They kept that zone pressure. They were able to put coverage on those receivers downfield, and it meant that Spencer had to spend more time in the pocket trying to figure out where to pass the ball, which eventually led to an incomplete pass here.
And again, another false start for the Smithville Warriors offense. Now this is 3 false starts in the last 2 drives. Do you think that the Smithville Warriors are getting into kind of this groove where they're not connecting on everything that they want to connect on? They're trying to do all these things, not connecting. They keep on getting penalties. Do you think that's slowing them down a bit and losing their confidence a tad bit, Sam?
I most definitely do, Liam. What we're seeing here with the offense is that they really played really hard in the first quarter here, and they're trying to keep that momentum. But the problem is, as people are getting tired, they're making more mistakes, having more false starts, and it's really bringing the offense back a step. It looks like a timeout here on the Indians, trying to regroup, trying to get a turnover possibly in this next drive.
And again, beautiful job in the last drive for the St. Joe Central Indians. They kept the pressure on. They had their two safeties in the back, number 6 Will Austin, and number 5 Trey Eggleston. They had that pressure in the backfield, blocking up the pass to George Fisher from Spencer Miller. And now the defense seems to have the pressure onto the Warriors in a way. And I think that gives the St. Joe Central Indians a little bit of confidence, saying, hey, we're still in this game. We still have it. If our defense can help us stop it, maybe we can help us start it.
Yeah, Liam, going into the second half here, that's going to be crucial for the St. Joe Indians to do here. They really need to keep that pressure up. Great punt by Evan Verholz. Gunnar Swindle down the field here.
And the ball is stopped on the 4-yard line. St. Joe Central Indians offense a little backed up in their end zone here. If the Smithville Warriors defense can send a blitz in and possibly get a safety, get 2 points, and get the ball back, get some more points on the field points on the board like they were hoping to do on that offensive drive, could be big for the Smithville Warriors defense. Now in this possession and play for the St. Joe Central Indians, their offense just has to get in the groove. They don't have to necessarily score here, but they need to get in groove and just say, hey, we got this. We can set our tempo. We can play our game and start out second half. Start out the second half hot. And now 26 seconds left to go in the first half. 1st and 10 to go on the 5-yard line. Ball handed up, and he's going. And he is stopped about at the 10-yard line. So it's now a 2nd and 5 with the clock still counting down. And tackle by number 87 for the Smithville Warriors, Nick Blanton. And they are going to let the clock run out Actually, the St. Joe Central Indians called a timeout with 1 second to go. My bad, I thought they were going to let the clock run out. And what do you think will happen on this play right here for the St. Joe Central Indians, Sam? 1 second left to go, full field. They got to make a play. What play do you think they're going to make?
Honestly, Liam, they're not even going to get a snap off. If we look how slow they've been playing tonight, they're not even going to be able to get that snap off before that goes off. But it is kind of interesting that they would call a timeout here with 1 second to go. Very interesting that they would use up that timeout here tonight, which is going to be, I think they really needed that timeout later in the second half here as a regrouping method. I think that if they should have saved that timeout for later in the game here.
All right, now St. Joe Central Indians in the shotgun formation with number 8 Quentin Trotter as their quarterback. 2 out to his left, 1 out to his right, 2 receivers out to his left, 1 out to his right, my bad. Snaps the ball, and it looks like a Hail Mary. He's running for it. He's trying to make it all the way, and is stopped at about the 25-yard line, and that closes out the first half. Warriors ahead 27-0. And now, Sam, going into the locker room, what do you think the St. Joe Central Indians have to say to their team to get them riled up, Get them all fired up ready to play the second half?
I think the key topic here in the locker room is going to be about keeping that pressure up. We saw at the end of the second quarter here, what pressure the St. Joe Indians defense could do. And I think that's going to be a key topic here in the locker room. And that brings us to halftime here, and we want to mention that this is once again a broadcast supported by the Eric Craig Real Estate Team, a powerhouse in real estate in Smithville.
And welcome back from halftime here. 1 minute until the kickoff. I hope that you guys got all your drinks and are ready for a great second half here. Now, again, thank you so much to Kyle Corkle for allowing us to use his personal channel here. And we will be back to a normal channel, and that channel is going to be SMN Sports Broadcasting. So make sure next week when we play Ruskin at home that you tune in to SMN Sports Broadcasting. Now this is going to line up to be an exciting second half of the game here. The Warriors are up by 27-0, but I think that based on how the St. Joe Indians were playing here at the end of the second quarter, they're stepping up the pressure. They're putting more pressure on the offense, and I think that if as a team they come from the locker room, coaches are like, hey guys, we need to step up the pressure here, I think that we can have an exciting second half here. And once again, we're going to see great plays out of Smithville's offense and Spencer Miller. Now, I'm not totally sure how well he's doing off of that big hit that occurred at the beginning of the second quarter, but based on how he's playing, I think he's good to go. We had a lot of false starts there at the end of the second quarter, but I think we can bounce back and be even better here in this second half. I'm excited to see what these two teams have in store for each other, and I think it's going to be a good second half here. Now I'm going to hand you off to Liam.
And Sam, you're completely right. Again, Smithville Warriors, hey, they need to keep the foot on the pedal. They need to keep going and going and going. And I know a couple false starts have held them back a little bit in the last two drives. But if they get the tempo back up and right, they'll be cruising. And with St. Joe Central's defense, the way they played the last possession was beautiful. And if they can do that every other possession, then they'll be golden. They'll be in the clear. They'll be able to stop the Warrior offense and give some confidence to their offense.
And we will be back here in 2 minutes for kickoff. Stay tuned and be ready for a great second half.
Ready to zoom in? I'll wait until I get on the And we're back for the start of the second half. Evan Verholst the kick. Have number 5 and number 6 of St. Joe Central deep in their end zone. And we are set to go.
Lucy says, everybody up.
Evan Verholst ready to kick. Solid kick to number 5. Looks to run upfield and is tackled at their own 23-yard line.
You know, I think that's
a difference we're seeing between the first half to now, Kyle. What we're seeing is more. There's a higher pace coming out of the St. Joe Central Indians here. During the first half, they would never have run the ball there off of the kickoff. They would have knelt and taken the ball at the 25, but instead they're going for the high. They're going for a faster rate of play, trying to gain as much yardage as they can here, because they're going into a second half down by 27 here, and they really need to make up for that gap here.
Great handoff by number 8, Quentin Trotter on the play, and it looks like there's a penalty and a flag thrown, a penalty for
33 Jacob Easley, penalty marker on the field.
Looks like there's a little bit of a debate on the sideline here between the coaches and the ref here. Still waiting to see what their final call is on the penalty here. Looks like it is a penalty on the St. Joe Indians, taking them back all the way to the 10-yard line here, to the 11-yard line.
Still first down.
Still first down, though.
And again, this is what plagued both offenses first half, was the penalties by both teams. Now, do you think, Sam, that these penalties will slow down the St. Joe Central Indians offense, or do you think that they will thrive from it? And a little bit of confusion on the play there, but a nice sack by number 7, Noah Ricker. Now, Sam, do you believe that the penalties will slow down the offense for St. Joe Central?
You know, Liam, I think what these penalties are really showing us is that St. Joe is trying to play a faster rate of game here. You know, they're down by 27 here in the second half, and and that play by Noah Ricker is going to bring the St. Joe Indians down to a second down and 21 to go here. They have a lot of yardage to cover, and they're going to be trying to cover that quickly here if they really want to come back in the second half here.
But, Sam, it does look like a little bit of a depressing start for the St. Joe Central offense in the first half and into the second half, not being able to gain much yardage and getting set back a lot because of penalties. Third down and 21 to go with the ball on the 11-yard line. Actually, my bad, third down and about 19 to go on the 13-yard line for the St. Joe Central Indians. Now, to get out of this little bit of a rut, I would go with the pass play here. But that's just me. Two receivers out to those right under center. Cody McKimmon's pressuring the quarterback, throwing the ball out of bounds just to get it out of his hands. Now it's fourth down for the St. Joe Central Indians.
Liam, I think what we're seeing here is the Warrior defense is putting a lot of pressure there on the quarterback. The quarterback is not, number 8 is not having enough time to find a receiver downfield. And because of that, they've been putting a lot of pressure on him, making him come out of that pocket, and he just cannot complete those passes.
Yeah, and Sam, it seems like the St. Joe Central defense on the last couple possessions have been playing good up to their standards, been playing better than they have the whole entire game, and a great punt fielded by George Fisher going up the sidelines and is pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line. But as I was saying, the defense is coming up big at that last play of the second half to give the offense a little bit of a push, but it seems like the offense can't get their feet right, can't get that setting right, and is just losing yardage that the defense has gotten them. What do you think, Sam?
I really think the offense here is, like you were saying, it's lost the momentum that the defense was trying to give them there at the end of the first half. And because of that, I honestly don't know if they'll be able to come back on the Warriors here. I think that they're going to be down for most of the game here, and they might be able to squeeze in a couple touchdowns, but they're nowhere near enough to make this game a close game.
And again, the Warriors offense is going up the middle with number 28, Hayden Siggs, second and about 7 to go. Now, Spencer Miller and Hayden Siggs have been playing an amazing game tonight, Sam. Spencer with 2 touchdowns and Hayden also with 2 touchdowns. Them rushing the ball, Spencer being able to throw the ball, and also doing that read option, being able to pitch it to his cousin Rhett Foster on the team. Now, do you think that they will slow down and try to run some new plays, or keep going with the same old run it with Hayden Siggs and pitch it to Rhett Foster, or switch it up a bit? And Rhett Foster is free, and a touchdown for the Smithville Warriors by number 23, Rhett Foster.
You know, Liam, just based on the play we just saw, I think that the Smithville Warriors are going to try and keep up that pressure. Clearly, the St. Joe Indians aren't coming up, and they're not able to fend off that constant Warrior drive. You know, the Warrior drive that just keeps them going. And because of that, I think that we're probably not going to see any more major plays out of the Indians tonight. I think that it's mainly going to be the Warriors dominating the field like we saw in the first half for the rest of the second half here.
And Evan Verhulst up to kick for his fourth kick of the night. He's been good on every other kick that he has kicked. Ball is snapped. Oh, a fake PAT. Spencer Miller is scrambling and is unable to get it. He fumbled the ball. And it looks like Coach Ambrose is not too happy with the decision that Spencer Miller made there. Now, Sam, what do you think could have been done better on that possession?
You know, I think they should have just kept with the original plan of having Evan kick the ball for that extra point. I don't think that scramble was a smart move in that situation there. What it did was it allowed for a chance for the St. Joe defense to get that ball and run it down the field possibly. Fortunately, that didn't happen, but the possibility that the Warriors allowed for is just really not acceptable here.
And now Evan Verhulst up to kick on kickoff again. Like I said, he is more comfortable with just booting the ball down the field, getting it in the end zone, deep right, deep left. That's Evan's comfortable spot, and that's the Warriors' comfortable spot because it stops him at the 20-yard line, where the Smithville Warrior defense can come in and stop him there, get a short punt, and be in better field position for the offense. Now, Evan Verhulst, 6 back, 5 to the side, comfortable, relaxed, hand is up. Evan goes for the kick, and it is up. Ooh, and a nice little bit of a pooch right out of Evan on that one. A little bit of a surprise of pooch right. Switching up the kicks a little bit, trying to give the St. Joe Central Indians something to deal with. And a little bit of a late hit on Mason Hedgecorth, and Mason Hedgecorth is not too happy about that. Now, Smithville Warriors defense is in for the second time this half. Alrighty, Smithville Warriors in that 4-3 defense that they've been playing this whole game, stopping that run up front. The St. Joe Central Indians are in the shotgun formation. Looks like they're going to be running the ball in this play, I think. And gave it to number 44, Alex Persman, with a great drive up the middle, breaking a couple tackles from the Warriors. Now, Sam, what do you think the St. Joe Central Indians should do on this play?
If I were in the St. Joe Central Indians position, I would honestly probably try to run the ball here. They have 5 yards to go to get that first down. And if they are able to run the ball like they just did, take advantage of those openings in the Smithville D-line, I think that they're going to be able to gain some yardage. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. They're going to run the ball for yardage here. Prusman again gets the ball, runs it up the field, gets them enough yards for that first down here.
Down Indians.
And Sam, I think this is the first down that the St. Joe Central Indians have had this game. A great testament to the Warriors defense, but also Warrior defense, they're getting thrown with something new. They're having 2 running backs in the backfield. And so it's more for the 4-3 defense to think about. And it's going back in the same formation that they used for the last 2 plays, which were successful. And so shotgun formation, snaps the ball, gives it up to number 44, Alex Persman again. And it looks like the Smithville Warriors figured out what they were trying to do, and they stopped it early. They possibly got a little bit of a loss on the play for the St. Joe Central Indians, which is good because it shows that the Warriors are alert on defense and know, hey, how to switch up, how to stop their game plan. You know, Sam?
Exactly, Liam. It shows the adaptability of the Warriors defense here tonight. Coming into tonight, we didn't think that the Warriors defense was going to be able to step up, as most of the people starting here have never started before. And I think it really shows how adaptable the Warriors players are. Now, right now, we're at 7 minutes left on the clock, second down with 10 to go. And the ball is good pass there down to number 6. A little bit Will Austin. Good pass to Will Austin there for some yardage, taking them to another first down.
Now it looks like the St. Joe Central Indians offense is getting a little bit of a rhythm now. Their defense stepped up big at the end of the second half. May have let a touchdown go for the Warriors to start off the second half, but it looks like the St. Joe Central Indians are still right now trying to piece together their runs, trying to piece together their plays. And it looks like they're in the same formation, handing it off to number 44, Alex Persman, to get a couple yards on the play. Not too much, not too successful, but still yards.
Well, I think this might be a possible touchdown drive here for the St. Joe Central Indians. They're getting farther and farther on the Smithville side of the field here. I think that they may be able to even get within end zone range.
And if they don't even get in end zone range, they can get in field goal range and get some points on the board at least. And the pass is not quite on the mark there. Number 8, Quentin Trotter, throwing it a little past his receiver, not getting it quite there. And so 3rd and 10 on the 39-yard line. Do you think that the St. Joe Central Indians, Sam, will come up on this 3rd down possession or no?
Liam, I think this is a very vital point in the game for the St. Joe Central Indians offense here. If they can get a good pass to number 6 here, taking them to the first down. Incomplete. It is an incomplete pass here. A controversial call. You can hear the St. Joe Indians fans going crazy.
Well, it was a great play by the St. Joe Central Indians, but it seems that the pass was incomplete. The St. Joe Central Indians do believe that it was complete and that they had the first down, but they were falling short. Now confusion on the field for the St. Joe Central Indians. I think they might go for it on this play, Sam. I mean, they're in great field position. They have nothing to lose. If they lose the ball here, then it puts the Warriors at a little bit of a disadvantage, putting them a little bit on their side of the field, about 10 yards on their side of the field. So it looks like the St. Joe Central Indians are going for it on this play. They got 3 receivers out, 1 in the backfield, and in the shotgun formation, snaps the ball, throws the ball, and it is fumbled and incomplete. Now the Smithville Warriors offense are on the field. Now last time they got that nice touchdown, a little pitch to Rhett Foster, but they kind of messed up on the extra point, trying to go with something fancy, trying to get a 2-point conversion, and was unsuccessful. Now do you think that unsuccessful
Central Indian cheerleaders.
drive, unsuccessful PAT,
Atkins,
can trouble their offense on this drive going forward, Sam?
Brody Becerra,
Eric Craig.
Manny Page,
I think that may be an issue. But before I get to that, I just would like to talk about our sponsor for this live stream, Eric Craig Real Estate, which is a powerhouse in realty in the KC metro area. Call them for any of your realty needs. But like you were saying, Liam, I think that it may be a little bit of a hiccup. It may cause just a little bit, just enough of hesitation in the offense, in the Warriors' offense here, that it might give the Central Indians defense an opportunity to possibly get a turnover here. But if the Warriors play with the same amount of zest that they've been playing this game, I think that they can continue to dominate the field.
Smithville Warriors are up for the offense, and Spencer Miller is talking to his team, trying to get the play ready. Looks like George Fisher's out there at receiver with Rhett Foster and Sam Calvert. Hayden Sig is in the backfield. And they hand it off to Hayden Sig, who is up the middle for a couple yards on a short gang.
number 28, Hayden Sig, stop made by number 47, Adam Johnson.
A good stop by the St. Joe Central Indians. Number 47. Number 47, Adam Johnston. Now, the 4-3 defense on the St. Joe Central Indians works sometimes, but then again, it falls a little bit because the Warriors know how to adapt from that style of defense. Miller in the shotgun snaps the ball. Little read option, breaks a tackle, loses a man, and is taken down about at the 45-yard line. Big run by the Warriors, big run by Miller right there. But, Sam, do you believe all these hits made on Spencer Miller are kind of shaking him up a bit? You know, shaking him up a bit, possibly get him a little rattled in that quarterback position.
I definitely think it's a possibility, Liam. But more importantly, I think we're seeing the ability of the offense here to adapt, and the ability of Spencer Miller to get out of the pocket and be able to scramble. Doesn't have to stay in the pocket there. And it looks like a timeout here for the Warriors, probably talking about their next move here. What are they going to do? What are they going to do with this yardage that was just gained? Are they going to go for that pass?
Department of Athletics would like to give a big thank you and recognition to our event partners, Mosaic Life Care, Adidas, MB2 Sports, Cintas, Missouri Western State University, Green Blue Graphics, the Adidas Company.
And again, I would like to thank our hometown real estate team, Eric Craig, the powerhouse for real estate in Smithville, the Smithville community. Eric Craig Real Estate, thank you for sponsoring this live stream. And now and it looks like number 28, Hayden Sig, is a little bit rattled up on that play, tapping his helmet, trying to ask for a sub, and it looks like number 33, Jacob Easley, is in. And now Jacob Easley has been playing defense this whole game for the Warriors, stopping the St. Joe Central offense up front. Now, Sam, do you believe that Jacob Easley may be a little tired from defense and not be as productive as Hayden Sig was in the offense?
Well, I think Jacob Easley is going to be able to continue to play. It looks like another read option here. Spencer takes the ball, carries it up, not quite to the first down here.
And now a crucial moment in the Smithville Warriors offense. 3rd and 6, ball on the 42. This is what they've been trying to do all game. Every game is just convert on 3rd downs. Now, if they convert this 3rd down, they'll be in great field position to possibly score a field goal and get more points up on the board. Now, they could go with another read option, another handoff to Jacob Easley, try to test out that new running back in, because Hayden Sig just asked for a sub because got a little rattled up on the play. But it looks like there's 3 receivers out. Rolling to his left. Spencer Miller looking. Throws the ball to George Fisher, who is out of bounds, incomplete for the Warriors. 4th down. And it looks like the Smithville Warriors are possibly might go or the punt team with Gunnar Swindle, the punter for Smithville High School. And again, this is like what they do on the 2-yard line. They got Mason Krim in as an extra blocker, handed up to... Oh, it was a read option. Spencer Miller going the distance and broke free and is going for the touchdown. It is a touchdown, Warriors. Spencer Miller with his 3rd touchdown of the game. He has been electric this game. Handing the ball off to Hayden Sig, who's got touchdowns, and also taking the ball for himself and creating a 4th and 1 on the 37-yard line to about a 38-yard touchdown. Great play by the Smithville Warriors. Now Evan Verholz up to kick. Hopefully, if they try to trick play and get a little 2-point conversion in, they have the lead blockers in and try to pass it to a wide receiver that's open. But if not, Evan Verholz is up to kick. Smithville Warriors debating it in the huddle. And Evan Verholz is getting his steps ready to take it. Steps back, 1 and 2 to the left. The snap is up, kick is down, and the kick is up and good. Evan Verholz is 4-4-4 for this game.
And we apologize for any technical difficulties. We've been experiencing some disconnection with our live streaming software. Hopefully that problem is going to be resolved here, but we do apologize for any of those difficulties that you have been dealing with.
And again, on kickoff, number 11, Evan Verholz is set to kick. Now, Sam, the score is 40-0. With 2 minutes and about 47 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. We still have another quarter to play. Do you think that the St. Joe Central Indians can get a couple points out on the board for tonight's game just to close it out?
Frankly, Liam, if we look at how the Indians have been playing this whole game, they haven't been able to get that yardage needed to get downfield. With 2 minutes and 47 seconds left in this quarter, they're really going to struggle to be able to get downfield and get that yardage to score some touchdowns and put some points up on the board. Good kick by Evan Verholz here. It looks like a handoff to number 6, Austin, trying to run up the field, gain that yardage. Looks like he's out at about the 40-yard line here. Good play by the Central Indians here. Great return. Got a lot of yardage there for them.
And now the St. Joe Central Indians are in great position for their offense to make something out of this. Now the last drive was a little bit successful, getting a couple yards, getting a couple first downs, good passing play, and was cut short by a heartbreaking incomplete pass. Now do you think, Sam, that the St. Joe Central Indians offense can get down the field, get a couple points on the board for their team, get at least a touchdown or a little field goal in for their team? They snap the ball, a little read option that the Smithville Warriors have been running, and it's a little bit successful, gaining about 3 yards on the play. Number 8, Quentin Trotter, took the ball up the middle for the St. Joe Central Indians. Tackle by the Warriors by number 9, sophomore Cody Simonzik on the play.
It's
4-3 defense for the Warriors. Pass play for the Indians. He's running, he's scrambling, And he got a first down, it looks like. Great play. The St. Joe Central Indians getting that ball, getting the receivers up, making space for him, and getting a first down. About 47 seconds left to go in the first quarter. First and 10 for the ball on the 45. Warriors ahead 40-0. Now looks like the Smithville Warriors, my bad. Smithville Warriors defense trying to get in check here, trying to say, hey, let's calm down, let's play our defense. And the St. Joe Central Indian has a little bit of momentum that last play, gaining them yardage. Shotgun formation, hands the ball up to number 14, but lost for play by a tackle from Cody McKimmons and Nick Bland defense, my bad, because the St. Joe Central Indians have gotten a couple of yards. Now the Smithville Warriors defense have not completed their task of getting 3 turnovers a game. They haven't even got 1. But they have forced a punt or a turnover on downs on each play, holding the St. Joe Central Indians scoreless. And Coach Josh Spear always says that he would love to always have a defensive shutout in the games, and he might get his wish tonight with the start of the fourth quarter. Ball on the 44. St. Joe Central Indians 2-14. Snaps the ball, shotgun formation, throw deep, broken up by number 9 Cody Samonzik. Great play by the Warrior defense. Now it's 3rd and 14 to go, and for the St. Joe Central Indians, quarterback looking a bit flustered, looking a bit confused. He's trying to get his team going, trying to get his offense going, but is not successful. And currently, 3rd and 14, 11:30 to go. 2 timeouts for the Warriors, 3 for the St. Joe Central Indians. If I was the St. Joe Central Indians, I would call a timeout, get my offense in check, get my defense in check, say, hey, let's calm down, let's play our game, let's get some points on the board. In the shotgun formation, number 8, Quentin Trotter snaps the ball, rolls to his right, throws the ball, and is apparently not complete to number 6, Will Austin, who has looked devastated on the play because he feels like he caught the ball, but the refs say is incomplete. Now, Sam, what do you think the St. Joe Central Indians have to do to get their offense turned around? Because this is multiple drives where they're cut short on 4th.
St. Joe really needs to up the pressure here, make sure that they're thinking about what they're doing, and really they need to focus on the game here. They've gotten their head, they're just not in the game anymore. Smithville has really gotten in their head here. Smithville is doing a great job of dominating the field, though, doing a great job here. A good punt. Looks like it's going to be on about the 25-yard line here. 25-yard line here for a first down for the Warriors.
Now Smithville's electric offense is going back on the field, led by senior number 18 quarterback Spencer Miller. And looks like the St. Joe Central Indians are in the 4-3 offense. 4-3 defense that have been playing this whole game. About 9:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Warriors up 40-0. Receivers George Fisher, Rhett Foster, and Sam Calvert in. And it looks like they switched up the running back. It's now Noah Ricker in the backfield for the Warriors. And also tight end J.B. Clark is out there on the field. Miller in the shotgun formation. Snaps the ball. Hands it off to number 7, Noah Ricker, who is unable to yardage and actually loses some yards on the play due to a tackle by number 43 number 45 for the St. Joe Central Indians, Colton Joseph. And again, Spencer Miller commanding his offense, saying, hey, let's get down the field, let's make some plays, and let's get some more points on the board. Let's finish this game. Let's close out the game. To Two receivers out to his right, one out to his left. J.B. Clark, tight end, is in motion. Rolling to his left, keeping it for himself. He's running up the field and is stopped short of the first down by the St. Joe Central Indians on the play. About third and 1 for the Smithville Warriors, and it looks like Hayden Sig out there on the sideline ready to come back in for the Warriors. He was a bit shaken up on the last drive, but it seems like he is good to go now. He is ready to play. He's ready to get more yardage and ready to take advantage of the St. Joe Central defense as he's been tearing it up this whole game for the Smithville Warriors. Smithville in the shotgun formation, snaps the ball, hands to Ricker, who breaks a tackle, going the opposite way, and is taken down for loss of play. Fourth down for the Warriors, unable to convert on the third down. And it looks like they're sending in number 40, Gunnar Swindle, who is also playing defense and is the punter for the Smithville Warriors. Kind of backed up here. Warriors offense a little bit slowed down, a little bit has been stopped a little bit. Possibly due to the flags or them getting a little bit tired. You know, they have multiple people playing both sides of the ball, and they could be slowing down a bit. But it actually, Gunnar Swindle set to punt the ball. And it looks like timeout Smithville. And I would also like to show love to number 33, Jacob Easley, as he is the long snapper for Smithville High School. Special teams too. We love our long snappers, holders, and kickers, punters, all alike here at Smithville High School. Always remember, kickers are people too. Now, what the Smithville offense and defense has shown in this game is a quote best summed up by a mentor to the Smithville High School program, Odell, and that is the defense and offense have shown a lot of, all heart, to be real with you. They've been showing heart, they've been showing drive on their possessions and plays. And now, Smithville back on the field. Long snapper, number 33, Jacob Easley. And punter, number 40, Gunnar Swindle. Again, special teams extraordinaires. Kickers are people too. Jacob Easley snaps the ball. Swindle, and the punt is away. Beautiful punt, nice spiral, hits about the 40-yard line, picked up by the St. Joe Central Indians, and tackled by number 7, Noah Ricker, who is also a sophomore. Now the St. Joe Central Indians offense is coming onto the field and hasn't been very successful this game, having to punt or lose turnover or downs on every possession. Do you think that will change this drive for the St. Joe Central Indians, Kyle?
Yes, I do. I think their coach should just St. Joseph Central Indians, they just need to put the game and try to go for it. Do some long passes, do some running, but just try to get the ball. And that will bring up second down as we have 5 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Second down for the Indians. Second and 8 from the Central's 49-yard line. Shotgun position. As he takes the snap and incomplete pass. Good defense by number 41, Blake Miller. Really had the inside on him, so he couldn't really get around him to catch that ball.
And it looks like the Smithville Warriors have put in their second string defense, trying to get a little bit of varsity time in for their second strings, just in case if they need to be called up late in later games, such as senior number 41 Blake Miller at cornerback, number 21 sophomore Cooper Zell at cornerback, also number 31 Aiden Morowski at safety, playing a couple reps there, along with a new defensive line up front with number 71 Michael Kinney, number 56 Jake Lockenberger, and it looks like the Smithville Warriors second team has gotten a fumble on the play, and it is recovered by the Smithville Warriors, which is giving the offense another try to get more points on the board. Beautiful play by the Smithville Warrior defense, who is firing on all cylinders, first team and second team tonight.
Right now we're seeing a great job out of both the Warrior defense and offense here tonight. Number 71, Michael Kinney, was able to recover that fumble tonight. He's a junior, and he's gotten some varsity playing time, got that fumble. I'm sure he's very happy about that. We have about 3 minutes and 30 seconds left here in this fourth quarter. And right now, we're probably going to see the Warriors just try and let the clock run down. With 40 points, they really don't have a need to go up. Looks like they ran the ball up the middle here for about a gain of 3 or 4 yards here.
And just to show the duality of the players here at Smithville High School, number 11, Evan Verhulst, who is a kicker for the Smithville High School team, is playing receiver. And the offense is now commanded by number 12, Nate Head, who is a junior here at Smithville High School. And they have number 29, Zach Blanton, in to get some varsity reps, along with, it looks like, Cooper Zell and a new offensive line. Handoff to number 30, Cameron Arndt. Beautiful game played tonight by the Smithville Warriors. Offense had a couple rough drives, but it was firing on all cylinders throughout. And beautiful job by the Smithville Warriors defense, not giving up any points. Not giving up any points to the St. Joe Central Indians so far, and even got 1 out of the 3 turnovers that they were hoping to get. And it looks like another offsides on the St. Joe Central Indians. Now, Sam, penalties have been playing a big factor in today's game, slowing down the Smithville offense and also slowing down the defense and getting the defense out of sync for the St. Joe Central Indians and even the offense. Now, do you think, moving forward, do you think the Smithville Warriors want to cut down on the penalties so they can score more points, or what do you think they need to do to improve not getting more penalties?
Really, Liam, I think what we need to do as a team here is really just we need to slow down, take a step back, keep our head in the game, keep focused, and it looks like a handoff carried up the middle, gain of about 3 yards here, bringing the Smithville offense to a 4th down. The tackle was by number 26 on the St. Joseph Indian side, Liam Goddard.
Fourth down.
35 seconds left in the game here. It looks like Smithville's going to opt to go for trying to convert on this 4th down here, trying to run down the clock with 23 seconds left here in our 4th quarter. 40-0, Smithville in the lead here.
Timeout Timeout Warriors. Again, 20 seconds left. It looks like the game is all but wrapped up. Warriors have started with their foot on the gas pedal and just never let up, scoring 40 points and not allowing the St. Joe Central Indians to even get in the red zone. The defense has been phenomenal today, stopping the St. Joe Central Indians, even forcing them to fumble. Again, 20 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Again, beautiful game by the Smithville Warriors, showing that they still have the momentum coming off last season from that state semifinal game. They still have the foot on the pedal. They still are ready to go and get after it. Again, in the shotgun formation, number 12, Nate Head. And now going into this game, there's a lot of questions about the starters and about everybody. All of the Smithville Warriors new starters on offense and defense, how would they do? Would the nerves get to them? Will we not be able to perform under pressure? But as it's shown by this game, Sam, we were able to perform. We were able to get the win and also show that we are successful even with all of our seniors from last year graduating. And
Thank you, Liam. And that's going to be a victory for the Smithville Warriors here tonight. 40-0, completely shut out the St. Joe Central Indians, showing us the capabilities of the Smithville Warriors heading into this football season. Once again, I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in. And next Friday, we will be on our new channel, SMN Sports Broadcasting. Make sure to tune in. And we do apologize for the inconvenience of having to go to a different channel. And the Warriors will be playing Ruskin next Friday, so make sure to tune in to SMN Sports Broadcasting. Have a great night, and thank you for tuning in to SMN live streaming.